There's so many great benefits to walking. You can literally with ease incorporate walking into so many different daily activities of your everyday life. Our bodies are literally made to walk uphill. We just seem to get better in every degree just because we're in motion. You're going to have to invest in the new narrative of who you're becoming. You have to start at walking 45 minutes a day. If you just want to start at 20, that's perfectly fine too. You can adjust the time and intensity gradually. That's the awesome thing about walking. You get so excited about it. If you can wrap your head around changing your day in that way and implementing this into your day, then by changing your day, you can change your life. My name's Adam Canterbury. My wife Olivia and I, we own a supplement company, CM Nutrition, and we also have the CM Nutrition YouTube channel, where we educate and empower individuals to live better, healthier lives. You're joining us for episode 1. We've titled it, Walk It Off. Let's get started. So if you're living a life right now that's been characterized by a lot of regret, some of which may be based around goals that you haven't hit, a lot of weight loss goals, maybe that like you're just wanting to live your best life, this channel is for you. And just know that I personally started there. I found that rock bottom was a really great place to build a foundation. Yes, I was 270 pounds. I was at my heaviest, and I was like, all right, I can't wrap my head around changing my destination overnight, running 45 minutes a day, running a marathon. It's too much. I just couldn't do it. But I could wrap my head around changing my direction. And what I found is there's great power in the start. There's great power that you've already won half the battle in the start. So I just started walking, and literally with walking 15 to 20 minutes a day. And then that went up to eventually over time, 45 minutes a day. And I got up to 2 miles, and I got up to 10,000 steps. And that wasn't that big of a deal. It's 45 minutes. And if you can wrap your head around that, just walking 45 minutes, let me say, if you can wrap your head around changing your day in that way and implementing this into your day, then by changing your day, you can change your life. So let's dive into this. Just so you know, I'm not an authority on these matters, but I am an authority on my own life. And back in 2013, over the course of a year walking, I lost 70 pounds. And what I'm about ready to share with you are some of the steps I took to ensure that I was successful in hitting my weight loss goals. Number 1. I wanted to make sure that I refined my diet. I couldn't expect to continue to eat like crap and get fit, just walking 45 minutes a day and just expecting that was going to work. It's not going to work, newsflash. You're going to have to invest in the new narrative of who you're becoming. You're going to have to invest in better habits. You're going to have to do it for at least over 22 days so it becomes part of who you are. And, now, recommendations for diet, a lot of really great sources out there. But yeah, so you're going to have to make sure that you put an emphasis on your diet. It's a huge factor. Number 2, you got to make sure that you commit to making time. You're going to have to either get up earlier, maybe an hour earlier, and get that in, or you can read the book. It's a great book. Know that I'm going to make a book recommendation on each one of these podcasts. And that book recommendation this time is Atomic Habits, and he talks about in there to habit stack and then make it rewarding. Maybe every day you have a habit when you get home, you watch SportsCenter, and you can't wait to watch SportsCenter because you're a man, right? Okay, so instead you get home and you walk. You go right, you change, and you go right to walking. Maybe you walk the dog. And then after you do that, as a reward, boom, you get to watch your SportsCenter. There you go, simple as that. But just know that you're gonna have to invest time and create new habits and commit to making that time. That's number 2. Number 3, I would highly recommend getting a fitness tracker. Why? Because if it's not trackable, it's not sustainable. In other words, you're not going to have that inspiration to keep doing it, and the discipline is not going to be rewarding unless you can compare today's performance to yesterday's performance. For me, I knew that I wasn't going to get really fired up comparing myself to everybody else. But if I could just get 1% better than I did my performance from yesterday, then that was everything. Because I knew that if I just compounded those results over 365 days, then that's a changed life. And that's my story personally. So I would highly recommend, number 1, you refine your diet. Number 2, you commit to making time. And 3, you get a fitness tracker. So let's talk about sustainability of walking. If you're a beginner, this is really exciting because walking doesn't put any stress on the joints. It's not like running or anything else. It's really easy, thanks to the tracking your step count, to get a handle on your goals. And a good goal, as far as your steps are concerned, is 10,000 steps every single day. For me, that's what I started off with. But know that you don't have to start at walking 45 45 minutes a day. If you just want to start at 20, that's perfectly fine too. You can adjust the time and intensity gradually. That's the awesome thing about walking. You get so excited about it. Know this too. You can literally with ease incorporate walking into so many different daily activities of your everyday life. And literally we're talking about therapy in motion every single time that you move, and there's so much breakthrough in just motion. I feel like that our bodies are literally made to walk uphill, and that we just seem to get better in every degree just because we're in motion. So let's talk about the vast benefits of walking. Know that as a result of walking, you could see a lot of mood improvement. I certainly did. You're going to see lower stress levels, direct correlation to that lower cortisol level. This is also going to help you with aiding with your digestion. It certainly did with me. I can definitely say that. It's going to increase your bone density, of course, over a long period of time. It's going to combat insomnia and anxiety. That happened with me as well. I used to work night shifts, and it improved a lot of creativity and memory retention. Heart and lung function. It's going to reduce a lot of inflammation that you have. And if you're a diabetic, it's great for controlling blood sugar, increased neuroplasticity. It also prevents lower back pain. It keeps your spine healthy. There's so many great benefits to walking. And I feel like that we're only starting to discover all the different benefits that there are. So those are just a few. And finally, I've heard it said that you are what you continually do. Consistency always produces lifestyle. Reinforce the new habit. I incorporated elements to reinforce the new habit. So here are a few of the key elements that I personally used to keep my walking endeavor engaging. Number 1, I made it compelling. I had a goal, but not just a goal. I had a goal with a deadline. It had to cost me something. Number 2, I had to make it social. Sometimes I walked with a friend. Number 3, I made it intellectual. Walking and listening to an audiobook was really helpful. Number 4, I made it count. I incorporated using a calorie tracker app such as Nutrition X, a very user-friendly app, to log all my calories and figure out my caloric deficit every day. And finally, I made it first place. So I started walking in the morning, and I found that after my walk, I felt a lot more accomplished. And it was far less likely for me to slip up later in the day with my diet. So if I have any cautions, remember your hydration. Hydration is obviously really important. 2, stretch out. I found that as I've gotten older, I've had to stretch out. Lastly, invest in proper running shoes. That's huge. So as I wind down, just know that walking daily to achieve your weight loss goals is an extremely low risk, high reward method. You'll find that when done consistently, it can produce an enthusiasm and a hunger as you pursue the new, better version of you each and every day. And know that getting a W under your belt just feels great, regardless of whatever happened earlier that day, which can ultimately carry over into a confidence in every other area of your life. So hey, put all this to the test. String 60 days together. It's never too late to become the person you were meant to be.